BoarBuster is one of the most advanced trapping systems available to get your feral hog problems under control. Disassembled, BoarBuster fits in the bed of a full-size pickup with the tailgate down. When assembled, the BoarBuster trap forms two circular enclosures with a taller outer ring and a shorter inner ring. The 6-panel inner ring is formed by 3 panels that have a latch in the upper corner and 3 panels without latches. Alternate the panels that have latches with those that do not. Install the trap legs. The legs are inserted into channels in the 3 inner ring panels that have latches. As you insert the leg, make sure the side of the pole with the holes faces toward the latch on the panel. Slide the legs through the channel until the latch fits into the bottom hole on the leg. BoarBuster ships with 6 rollers that will allow the trap to drop smoothly. The blue roller will be removed each time the trap is disassembled. The 5 black rollers can remain attached to the trap after the initial assembly. To install the first black roller, first lubricate a spindle on the inner ring. Slide the washer and then the roller, flange first, onto the spindle. Secure the roller with a hand-tightened nut for now. Go ahead and install the other 4 black rollers. The blue roller will go on the remaining spindle. Lubricate the spindle and then slide the 4-inch flat washer on first, followed by the 4-inch poly washer. The blue roller will slide onto the spindle with the flange facing out. Set the blue roller aside until the outer ring is in place. Go back to the spindle that is immediately clockwise from the location of the blue roller and place the inner ring lifting eye between the roller and nut with the narrow part of the lifting eye around the spindle. Begin fastening the inner ring panels together. Insert bolts into the top and bottom ears at the panel intersections and attach the nuts. Continue around the inner ring, leaving the panels loosely connected in the beginning to make it easier to align them. Use a wrench to tightly fasten all the bolts of the inner ring. With the inner ring completed, begin assembly of the outer ring. The outer ring panel with the sliding gate needs to be aligned so that the diagonal track will fit onto the black roller with the ring lifting eye. Align the track and roller, rotating the lifting eye out of the way and push the panel onto the roller. Continue around the trap, aligning each outer panel with a roller. When you get to the spindle with the blue roller, align the panel's track over the spindle with the roller off, then slide the roller onto the spindle with the flange side out. Slide the washer on and loosely attach the nut. Just as you did with the inner ring, go around the outer ring, inserting bolts and nuts in the upper and lower ears of the panel intersections. Tighten all the outer ring bolts. Secure the nuts on the rollers using a manual wrench. You want each nut tight enough to keep the roller in the correct position, but not so tight that it prevents the roller from turning freely. On the roller with the ring lifting eye, make sure that both the roller and ring lifting eye can turn freely. Insert the latch arm bar into the slot next to the ring lifting eye and secure it with the pin. Begin assembly of the winch stand and latch. The latch serves as the trigger that will drop the trap during operation. The latch and its cover attach to the assembly with a pair of bolts and nuts. Tighten the latch snugly against the winch stand. The latch arm should now align with the electronic latch. The winch that raises the trap will now be mounted above the latch. The winch attaches to the winch stand with 3 sets of bolts and nuts. On the initial trap assembly, you will first need to attach a steel cable to the winch. For purposes of this demonstration, we have already attached the cable. The electronic trap unit will be attached to the winch assembly using brackets. Do not over-tighten the screws on the brackets, as it is easy to strip the threads in the plastic case. The trap unit attaches to the winch stand with screws. The electronic trap unit communicates with the latch by a wired connection. Connect the wired cables from the latch and trap units that allow the two components to communicate. Attach the carabiner to the end of the safety chain. The rod on the back of the winch unit slides into the receiver marked outer ring. Secure the winch unit using the latching clamp. Attach the hook on the end of the winch cable to the ring lifting eye. Taking a step back from the trap, we can more easily see where some of the major trap components are in relation to each other. Starting from the outer ring panel that has the sliding door, the winch cable is attached to the ring lifting eye on the roller immediately to the right or counterclockwise from the door. The winch stand is mounted at the top of the same channel with the ring lifting eye. The blue roller is on the spindle immediately counterclockwise from the winch stand. Everything is now in place to begin raising the inner ring. Once the inner ring is fully elevated, unlatch and lower the 3 legs of the trap till they are flush with the top of the trap. When in the correct position, the legs will lock themselves into place. This may require you to lift up on the inner ring until you hear the click of the leg attaching to the ring. Loosen the winch cable and disconnect the hook from the ring lifting eye. Move the winch unit from the upper receiver to the lower receiver. Create enough slack in the winch cable to attach the hook to the outer ring lift eye that is welded to the frame. Use the winch to begin raising the outer ring. Continue raising the outer ring until the latch arm is captured by the gate latch and the striker is resting on the latch arm. Do not raise the trap too high, as this can cause damage to the latch unit. Detach the winch cable. The head unit is mounted to a T-post or other stationary object such as a tree. The mounting plate for the head unit is designed to fit around a T-post. The head unit houses a motion sensor and camera and provides remote communication with the trap using cellular service. Ideally, the head unit should be positioned about 30 feet from the trap. The head unit can be powered by an optional 12-volt external battery. If an external battery is not available, the device requires 8 AA internal batteries to operate. Switch the head unit power on to boot up the BoarBuster software and begin unit self-check. Make note of the on or off switch positions on channels 1 through 4. The position of these channel switches must be the same on both the head unit and the trap unit. In this case, switches 2 and 3 are on, while 1 and 4 are off. If necessary, change switch positions until both units match. Like the head unit, the trap unit can be powered internally or externally. If you are using the AA battery option, the batteries are installed behind the cover inside the device. Once the head unit and trap are communicating, you will see a check mark appear on the screen of the head unit. The trap can now receive commands from the BoarBuster online or mobile apps. Before entering the suspended trap to bait it or for any other reason, always attach the safety chain to prevent unintended drops of the trap. Place a small amount of bait near the center of the trap. Detach the safety chain and BoarBuster is now ready for operation. After this initial setup procedure, and with some practice, we found that one person can set up BoarBuster in around 30 minutes. BoarBuster is manufactured and sold by W-W Livestock Systems in Thomas, Oklahoma.